My next book will be coming out early next year in 2011, and it's about how to use digital technology to create innovative experiences that basically fuse together the real and the virtual. You know, my last book on authenticity contrasted real and fake. This book fuses real and virtual. The core of the book is a framework I call the multiverse that expands the known universe of time, space, and matter into different directions that incorporate digital technology so that we can have virtual experiences as well as reality-based experiences and everywhere in between, where we can augment reality with digital technology. We can augment virtuality with material technology such as the We, and basically there are so many different ways that we're able to access and be able to incorporate technologies in each of the 8 different ways of the multiverse that they're basically infinite possibility today for companies to be able to create customer value on the digital frontier. You know, Layer is almost the quintessential example of augmented reality. Layer is about taking your smartphone and being able to use it to augment the experience that you have around you. So you use the camera, and not only do you see the world around you, the reality around you through that camera, you can access information and virtual objects on that camera that enhance the experience you have. So you can have many different layers, for example. You can have a restaurant layer that as you pan around, it shows you what restaurants are in that direction. They pop up on the phone. You could have an apartment layer where it tells you what apartments are for rent as you look through the buildings that are around you, and then you can access additional information on them. But there are also many other things you can do. You can use it to look into the future or look into the past. You know, in Rotterdam they have a construction going on, and you can press a layer and you can see what that is going to look like when that construction is complete, for example. You can go to Berlin and press the Berlin Wall layer, and now you see the Berlin Wall where it existed in the past. So it's just a wonderful piece of technology that enables you to enhance your experience through the smartphone. Yeah, we're going to be doing a second edition of the Experience Economy. We haven't quite signed the contract yet, so don't guarantee it. But when we do, we're going to update it, particularly with the latest examples. You know, the Experience Economy came out in 1999. So it's now 11 years old. A lot of the examples are old. Well, what's the latest things that are going on? There's so much that we can learn from today, not just from the US, but from around the world. There'll also be a few additional frameworks that we will put in there that we've learned over time that help deepen our understanding of what experiences are and how to go about staging them. But the one thing we're not really changing is any of the core concepts. You know, 11 years later, the core concept of the experience economy are still right. I'm even more convinced than ever that this is the direction the world is going. This is the direction that individual companies need to be going, lest they be commoditized. Yeah, well, for example, one of the frameworks that we discovered after we came out with the experience economy that I use with clients all the time is in fact over 100 years old. It's known as a Freytag diagram. And it's from Gustav Freytag, a 19th century German performance theorist. And he was the first one to really diagram the nature of plays and how they changed over the course of the play. And I think it generalizes to experiences of all stripes, where you basically have different stages of the experience that grow more and more intense, more and more complicated, until you get to that climax of the experience. And then you bring people back down again with the falling action and the denouement, the tying of all of the plot threads together. Any experience there, you're able to use the 7 steps of a Freytag diagram and assess where their experience currently is. And usually what happens is the experiences are too flat. They don't have the great dramatic structure that you need to truly engage people, draw them in, and create that memory inside of them. Oh, there are so many new examples that we've learned since the book came out that it's amazing. I mean, here in Amsterdam, the Heineken experience is one. What I love about it is that they're actually charging admission for this experience as a manufacturer in order to be able to engage people in their product and get them to want to buy more beer. We didn't really understand that nature of what we now call marketing experiences when the experience economy came out. We didn't have much to say to manufacturers. Now manufacturers the world over are getting into the experience business because they know that they need to do it to generate demand for their products. So you've got Heineken experience here in Amsterdam, you've got Autostadt in Wolfsburg, Germany, you've got the Guinness Storehouse in Dublin, and then of course you've got all of the Apple stores. Right? Think of the Apple stores. They did not exist when the experience economy came out. And when Steve Jobs decided that he was going to get into retail business, he didn't really create a store paradigm. It's really a retail experience. And there's such great experiences. They get amongst the highest sales per square foot of any company in the world, but they're still a manufacturer at heart. They're a designer at heart. But they're using these experiences to generate demand. And there's so many examples of that. I gave 2 speeches yesterday. One to Society at their Vint Symposium. They just came out with a great new book called Don't Be Evil. And so they asked me to talk about authenticity and the purpose of business and how does that relate to this imperative really not to be evil in the world. And then in the afternoon, on behalf of Dechesne Boertje, I spoke also at SSR Next, the educational company that trains judges and prosecutors in that, and really trying to figure out, well, what is next for us? What do we need to be aware of? And so I tried to expose them to what's going on in the world and get them to at least start thinking about what are the implications of the experience economy on them as judges and as prosecutors. Then this morning I also did a small little workshop with Lease Plan about creating not just an automobile leasing service, but what might the automobile leasing experience be all about.